Have you ever wished you could take one single long recording and, with almost zero manual effort, transform it into an entire stack of ready-to-post clips that actually go viral on social media? That is precisely what I have been aggressively experimenting with lately using a tool called Vizard, and I can confidently say it is an absolute mind-blowing time saver for any serious creator. Today, I am going to meticulously walk you through the exact process I use to pull those high-performing viral moments out of my lengthy source videos, polish them up quickly, and then have them posted automatically without me constantly babysitting every single upload notification. Seriously, if you are someone who makes content on a regular basis, you are going to feel like this process is completely cheating the system. So the first step involves logging into the Vizard platform, and the initial screen I always see is the main dashboard displaying all my recent uploads and the various projects I have been dabbling with. I typically click right into the specific long-form project I was working on most recently and navigate directly over to the editing workspace. The interface itself is incredibly clean and intuitive. On the left side, you have your full-length source video ready for processing, and on the right side, there are all these smart tools like auto-edit, templates, and scheduling options. For my workflow, I almost always begin the process by engaging the powerful auto-edit feature, which does the heavy lifting for me. The auto-edit capability is genuinely the part of this whole system that absolutely blows my mind every single time I use it. Instead of me having to scrub manually through an entire hour-long video, trying my best to guess which specific 5-second segments are actually clip-worthy, Vizard takes over the difficult labor. This amazing tool analyzes the entire recording from start to finish and intelligently surfaces all the key moments that show the highest likelihood of gaining traction online. It specifically highlights things like high-energy audience reactions, genuine big laughs, surprising or unexpected reveals, and the best question and answer highlights from any interview segments. Essentially, it isolates the exact type of content that makes viewers immediately stop scrolling through their endless feed and pay attention to your post. 2. You can select the desired output style for the generated clips, whether you want quick-cut, high-energy, TikTok-friendly segments, longer YouTube shorts, or something a bit more polished for Instagram Reels. Once you choose that preferred output format, you simply hit the Generate button, and the system instantly creates a whole batch of potential viral clips for you to review. In just a minute or two of waiting time, I suddenly have a ready-to-review stack of high-potential clips, all perfectly trimmed and prepped for action. Crucially, each clip is already intelligently trimmed to the right in and out points. And Vizard has even suggested initial captions and recommended crop options tailored for different platforms. For example, the very first clip I reviewed was a fantastic reaction moment captured during an interview, which the AI had already successfully cropped perfectly for vertical viewing. Not only that, but it also suggested a very punchy and engaging caption that immediately summarized the clip's main point for viewers scrolling by. I can then click the preview button to see the result, make minor tweaks to the in and out points if my gut tells me to, and then simply choose which specific clips I definitely want to keep or immediately discard. What I truly love about this system is that it wisely avoids trying to force every single generated clip into the exact same restrictive visual mold. Some types of content look dramatically better utilizing quick, energetic jump cuts with dynamic motion, while other segments benefit most from a single, clean, professional cut accompanied by a short title card overlay. Fortunately, Vizard has pre-built templates specifically designed for these scenarios, offering everything from quick, energetic cuts boosted with subtle zooms and sound effects to clean title cards with gentle motion. You have the complete freedom to use those templates exactly as they are provided, or you can dive deeper and customize the entire look and feel to match your precise brand aesthetic. I personally try to stick to one core consistent aesthetic across most of my clips, so my entire feed feels unified and instantly recognizable as coming from my brand. However, it is incredibly reassuring to know that I have those powerful, alternative template options available whenever I want to quickly test a fresh look or try something contextually different. Now, I have to be completely honest with you for a moment, because many other tools currently on the market actually do manage to accomplish one or two of these individual tasks reasonably well. Some of them will expertly auto-cut your highlight reels. Others can efficiently handle batch resizing for different formats, and a few even offer basic scheduling functionality built in. But here's the massive differentiator and the critical problem with those fragmented tools. With most of them, you are forced to manually stitch together separate, disjointed workflows yourself. That means you have to trim in one application, meticulously export every file, then immediately re-upload those files into a completely different app just to add captions, and then finally schedule the whole thing somewhere else. That constant extra friction is a huge creativity killer. And let's be real, unnecessary friction is the primary thing that prevents consistent content creation dead in its tracks. This is precisely where Vizard completely changes the game, because it expertly bundles that entire necessary content creation flow into one remarkably smooth and unified process. You simply select your key clips, Perform your final quick edit, apply your optimized captions or custom thumbnails, and then schedule the entire batch out to post automatically. Significantly less shuffling between disparate applications means that more of your brilliant clips actually go live, and far fewer great ideas will unfortunately stall out before they ever get the chance to hit your audience's feed. Another specific feature that I personally find myself utilizing almost every single day is the AI-powered caption and title suggestion engine built right into the editor. Vizard skillfully analyzes the audio track of your chosen segment and then immediately suggests short, highly clickable opening lines and captions that are specifically optimized for maximum social media visibility. While the AI won't always perfectly capture your unique personal voice on the very first attempt, it provides an absolutely stellar starting point for crafting that essential initial hook that stops the scroll. And critically, when I take those initial suggestions and tweak them slightly by injecting my own specific slang or a punchier hook, the resulting performance of that clip usually skyrockets dramatically. Furthermore, if you need to add a consistent, recognizable branded intro bumper or a strong closing end card, that action becomes a simple one-click application across the entire batch of clips at once. This completely eliminates the tedious necessity of having to manually paste that intro or outro onto every single individual clip one by one, which is a massive time saver. Let me now walk you through a small but incredibly effective workflow that I personally execute on a very regular basis to keep my content pipeline full. I start by uploading a long-form interview or an entire podcast recording and immediately use the auto-edit feature to generate a solid batch of maybe 10 to 15 excellent candidate clips. From that generated list, I quickly pick the top 4 or 5 that show the most organic potential, customize their final captions and thumbnails, and then schedule them to deploy strategically over the next 2 weeks. Instead of dumping all 15 clips onto your feed at once, which burns through your content budget way too fast, Vizard's smart scheduling tools allow me to space them out perfectly for consistent audience engagement. You simply tell the system your desired posting frequency, maybe 3 high-quality clips per week, and the AI intelligently queues them up based on optimal posting times and the priorities you established. Of course, there is a fantastic visual content calendar that clearly maps out every single scheduled post in one easily digestible place for your review. Within that calendar, you can effortlessly drag and drop posts to reschedule them, quickly make minor caption changes, or swap out a clip if something else suddenly becomes more timely or relevant to the news cycle. That visual calendar view is absolutely clutch for keeping any long-term content campaign or project organized, especially when you are juggling multiple different shows or topical areas simultaneously. Let me quickly touch on the thumbnail generation features, because Vizard provides several excellent suggestions pulled directly from the best moments in the clip, alongside the option to upload your own custom image. I usually test 3 distinct variations. One heavily focused on a clear face shot, one featuring a big, bold text hook, and one that maintains a slightly more subtle aesthetic to see what resonates. I then let the intelligent scheduler actively test these options automatically to discover which specific thumbnail design achieves the absolute highest click-through rate from the audience. This built-in, basic A/B testing capability is a huge advantage because it's a crucial feature that most of the cheaper single-function clipping tools completely skip over in their feature sets. To give you a point of comparison, I used to rely on a messy, cobbled-together mix of separate apps. One for caption generation, another dedicated app for trimming, and then a third scheduler like Buffer or Later. The unavoidable problem with that old approach was always the tedious handoffs, where exporting and then re-uploading wastes significant time and can even subtly degrade your overall content quality. Some competing tools are undeniably amazing at one very specific niche task. Perhaps they have fantastic in-browser trimming or killer visual effects, but they rarely manage to tie the entire content lifecycle together seamlessly. Vizard may not be the absolute master of every single hyper-niche editing trick, but for the daily, relentless grind of turning long videos into consistent short-form content and actually getting it published, it is the undisputed winner. Furthermore, you absolutely should not sleep on the powerful teamwork features that are built right into the platform for collaborators. If you are working with an external editor, you can easily invite them directly into the project, leave them precise timestamp notes, and they can approve or tweak clips before anything goes live to the public. This internal process is fantastic because it maintains extremely high brand quality standards without constantly clogging up your direct messages with endless requests for exported files back and forth. You can also proactively upload all your crucial brand assets, such as official logo files, specific fonts, and defined color themes, and apply them across the entire batch of new clips automatically. Let me share one incredibly practical scenario from my own work last week, where this tool delivered massive value when it mattered most. Last week, I posted a long interview where the guest made an absolutely wild and very timely prediction right in the middle of the conversation, which needed immediate attention. Vizard immediately flagged that exact moment as significant, automatically suggested a very compelling title for it, and I quickly scheduled it to deploy the next morning, right at the platform's own recommended peak engagement time. That short, timely clip ended up getting way more traction and views than I could have possibly hoped for. And because it was already scheduled, I absolutely did not miss the critical window when the topic was still intensely hot. If I had waited even a few hours to manually edit and then schedule that piece of content myself, the entire topical momentum would have been completely lost to the internet's famously short memory span. Now, before we wrap up, here are 3 quick, actionable tips so you can completely avoid wasting unnecessary time when setting up your own initial workflow in the application. First, you need to actively train the auto-edit feature by consistently giving it detailed feedback. If it highlights content you know isn't good, immediately delete those examples so the AI learns your specific taste profile accurately. My second crucial tip is to save a few of your favorite proven template combinations that are specifically preset for the platforms you post to most frequently, like TikTok versus LinkedIn. And the third vital piece of advice is to diligently use the content calendar to properly spread your posts out so you are not accidentally overposting and completely burning out your most loyal audience members. Finally, let's briefly touch upon the often confusing topic of pricing models and the usage limits that many competing services frequently impose on creators. Many competitors charge you per individual clip export or impose confusing, crazy tiered limits on the total processing minutes you can use, which can become maddeningly expensive as your output naturally increases. Vizard's pricing plans, conversely, are structured much more with the active, growing creator in mind, offering scalable processing power and scheduling functionality baked right into the price so the cost doesn't explode as you scale up. If you are a solo creator who is trying to hit ambitious, regular posting goals every single week, that level of cost predictability is genuinely a massive factor that should not be overlooked. That being said, if your particular content requires extremely intricate, ultra-custom visual effects, or super fancy compositing work, you will still need to hire a high-end professional editor or use a specialty tool for those specific needs. Vizard isn't trying to replace the capabilities of a full Hollywood post-production studio. Its actual tangible mission is simply to remove all the repetitive, tedious busy work from publishing clips that actually move the needle for your business goals. So, to quickly recap the entire workflow one last time, you upload your long video, run the auto edit, select and tweak your best clips, add optimized captions and thumbnails, and schedule everything out using that handy calendar system. This streamlined method ensures you get a steady, reliable stream of polished, high-potential content out the door every week without having to reinvent your entire content strategy from scratch each time. If you happen to have specific questions about how to best set this up for a detailed podcast versus a more casual, run-and-gun solo vlog, please drop a comment below, and I will happily share the exact template configurations I currently utilize. And hey, if you found this type of deep dive useful, I am planning to release 2 more videos that will showcase advanced template customization and how to batch create an entire month's worth of content in under an hour. Thank you all so much for watching today, and I genuinely cannot wait to see the incredible, high-performing things you end up creating with this newfound efficiency in your workflow. If you are someone who is serious about saving significant time and actually growing your audience without succumbing to the relentless content grind, you should absolutely give Vizard a try and report your own findings back to the community. Please hit that like button if you found any part of this demonstration helpful today, subscribe if you want to see more game-changing hacks specifically built for busy creators, and definitely leave your remaining questions down below in the comments section. I will be actively monitoring the comments section for the next few days to personally help you get your new, efficient content engine humming along smoothly and producing results.